Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Politics in America. Newsstand with Abby Phillip. Here we go again. This was actually an explosive scene here. Abby Phillip was actually out for this day, and John Berman, which usually hosts a morning show on CNN, was filling in. He actually did a really good job moderating the interactions on some of the other segments. And this one is, of course, about the Epstein list, and then how some Republicans are pretty much starting to say they don't really care anymore about it. But let's go ahead and watch it, because some stuff definitely happens.
After playing a key role in the fight for the release of the Epstein Files, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is now backing off. She told Politico, quote, "I don't give a rip about Epstein. There are so many other things we need to be working on. I've done what I had to do. Talk to somebody else. It's no longer in my hands." That seems like a fairly sharp reversal from someone who once said this.
This is something that we need more information on. We want transparency.
I committed to do this for the victims.
We need to continue this investigation, release the files, and the truth shall set us free.
Do I want the Epstein files released? Abso-freaking-lutely. Right now, we do have a substantial amount of information. I do not believe that it is enough.
I've been demanding answers, and I would like to see what's actually there.
Right, today marks 1 month since the Justice Department was required by law to release all of the Epstein files. So far, it's released less than 1%. Lauren Boebert said something interesting there. She said the truth shall set you free. The law, Scott says, that the Justice Department shall release all the Epstein files, not can if it wants to or gets around to it.
Yeah. What's the punishment if they don't?
That's a great point. I mean, that's a problem.
There is none. So here's.
He sounds so happy about that. Like, oh, nothing's going to happen anyway, so who cares, right? Like, why does he sound so happy about there not being a punishment for them not releasing the files? Like, because he knows that the Justice Department, everything is in Trump's, is in Trump's hands. So he knows that nothing's going to happen with it. But it's just sickening to see him just be so, carefree about it, like he doesn't care.
Here's the deal. I think they should release it. I think they should follow the law. I also have no idea how long it takes to prepare this many documents for this kind of release. Counselor may have some thoughts on that. But they should follow the law. But let's not get our knickers in a twist here. There's no
let's not get our knickers in a twist over child rape. Why are you talking like that? It's insane. It's insane. The Epstein Files is a multinational, multi-generational child and woman sex trafficking ring. So your attitude right now, you're sort of like, well, shucks, devil be gone, is just horrifying to me. Every woman in the world that is watching this, why are you acting like you have no idea what's happening here? Scott,
He asked me a question about following the law.
And what
I
I'm
said
saying
they should
to you
follow
is
the
your
law.
attitude. Yes, and they're not following the law. They're 30 days late on following law, and they didn't explain why they redacted the first things in the first place, which they were also supposed to do.
I know.
Listen,
you
at
have
this
a strong
point, this
opinion
is not.
about it, and
I have a strong
respect
opinion
that.
about it because it is a
But I think they should
policy
do it
that
as
they are
fast as
doing
they
this.
can.
They are hiding it. It is not the behavior of innocent people, and everything that is in these files is. It could bring an entire house down. And if it has to, it has to. If it brings down Democrats, bring them down. If it brings down Republicans, bring them down. If it brings down princes, world leaders, Hollywood people, bring them down. But what it feels like right now is that there's a giant cabal of people that do not have to listen to the law, do not have to oppose the law, and they were supposed to do something, then they didn't do something, and now they're trying to have a new law that says we don't even have to do it.
And what's really wrong here is on Christmas Eve, while everybody's traveling and not paying attention, the government announced that now there were suddenly 5.2 million documents in the Epstein file that they had to go through. It would have been nice had they disclosed that while Congress was voting on the law, while it was in discussion. But now we're surprised that there are 5.2 million documents when in July of 2025, the DOJ and the FBI issued a public memo saying, we reviewed all our investigative material on Jeffrey Epstein, and we've done a thorough, exhaustive investigation, and there's nothing left to see here.
And you know what? I'm glad that Leigh McGowan called out Scott like that, because, yeah, his attitude towards this is really disgusting. This is talking about, like she said, kids, women that were, raped, and everything like that. And his attitude towards it being so whatever about it. Like, oh, whatever. I love her attitude towards that. That was great. And Scott got super, super upset at that. But good, I'm glad. People need to start really calling out him on all of these things because it really is disgusting. And then he's like, oh, I know you have a super, you really care about this, or you have a really strong opinion about this. Yeah, the same way he does about Jewish people and Israel and stuff like that. She has a strong opinion on this, and everyone should care about this, and sure, he said, yeah, they should release the files, but they've had a year to go over this stuff. I don't know why the DOJ is acting like they were only given 30 days to go over all this material when they've had a year of access to these files to actually go through and redact what is absolutely necessary, which is just the victims. Everyone else should be fair game. And applause to Leigh there for that. And it was great.
They seemed to know then what they had, but all of a sudden now that it's law, they don't know what they had.
Yeah, and look, they didn't bring it up between when the law was passed and they were required to release it. All new information.
Exactly.
The law does say shall. We'll see if they do. Everyone, thank you for being here. Coming up, new details about plans to rebuild.
Yeah, so that was just a short segment, guys, but it was explosive for sure to see that interaction. And Scott actually had an interaction with the kid next to him. I forget his name, but the kid next to him that was from the Parkland school shooting. He was one of the victims. He has an interaction with him where he really doesn't like, how he treats him either. And granted, the kid could have done it better, and I'll see if I'll record that segment as well so you guys can see it. But yeah, it's just wild. I'm glad that more and more people are calling out Scott Jennings on his bullcrap because it really needs to stop, and he really is demented. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.